Hello race fans, we bring to you today a one-off competition as we have 4 drivers attempting to break the track record here at Shavano Mountain Raceway. My name is Aaron Take.
And this is Richard Gere. Folks, for 3 years now, we've had races here at Shavano Mountain Raceway. We first started keeping track of the records with the truck race, and Lily the dog held the top. But you see, as time went on, James Ironbeard took over the top spot. Others popped in, and James had the fastest 2 times until Flip showed up during a Braggin' Wagon race. Janabi Racing, he was able to take the top spot, and Arlo crept in, but then BLR, Champagne Pappy, commanded the top spot, and then Arlo crept in with the second fastest time. Now these are the production cars. We've got a different class for fantasy.
We did this because fantasy cars can have unrealistic dimensions and tire sizes that it plays to their advantage. In lane 1, Numbskull drives a Caddy V16. Champagne Pappy is in lane 2. He drives a Dodge Charger SRT8. In lane 3 is Flip. He drives the Jaguar I-Pace. And Crazy Canuck in lane 4 drives the Silverado EV RST.
Great job, Aaron. Okay, folks, it's going to be... Oh, wow. It's going to be an 8-round competition already. Something happened between Numbskull and Champagne Pappy. They're not going any further. And it's Flip with the lead around the Big U and Crazy Canuck behind him in his Silverado. Flip is spinning around. Maybe he needs to be flipping around. But race 1 is concluded.
And race fans will go through the instant replay. Are you tracking? And right now, what we're tracking is a bunch of chaos up there on the Mesa Butte Drift. Numbskull and Champagne Pappy get stuck there. Neither of them can move on forward.
Hey, Aaron, sorry to interrupt you, but we probably ought to tell the fans. Let me just explain briefly. It was this time last year that we invited drivers from all over to come on in and attempt to break our track record during a halftime. It was a halftime event. Now instead, these 3 of the 4...
Richard, don't forget the score.
Flip is in the lead. Very good.
Yep.
3 of the 4 actually never got a chance to test the track and test to see if they could break the record. So, as a courtesy to the drivers, after 1 year, we're giving them an 8-round race plus a halftime.
A halftime dedicated to try and break the record.
Yeah, so BLR, that is Champagne Pappy, he's got the record for production vehicles, and Numbskull is driving in this race. And there he is right there, jumping over the train. He's got the record for the fantasy cars. So far, he's got a commanding lead as he makes his way around the Big U and slides in for first. Here comes Champagne Pappy for second. Oh! Third place goes to the Silverado, and fourth will go to Flip.
Barrel roll, do the barrel roll.
Okay, Aaron. Why don't you tell the fans what's going on here?
Hey, race fans, look at this. It's Crazy Canuck who gets a flame for an excellent drift. That is 2+ points. Now watch here. You'll see Champagne Pappy had a wicked fast run until he had trouble there halfway down the Joker lane. Numbskull is well ahead. Champagne Pappy decides to do a twirl. Now after that, he is still able to keep ground over Crazy Canuck for second place. Of all the wacky things that have been going on, this, to me, the barrel roll, that is the real talent.
Yeah, but that doesn't affect the score. Come on, Aaron.
With a second place finish, and then a third place finish, and an excellent drift worth 2 points, Crazy Canuck leads with 7.
Okay.
Hey, Richard.
Yeah.
How come all the cars sound like rally cars? Listen to the engines.
Okay, fair enough. We got a Caddy V16 that's supposed to be 16-cylinder, and a Dodge Charger driven by Champagne Pappy. Unfortunately, he's already out. There's your EV Silverado pickup and an electric car Jaguar I-Pace right behind him. So far, Numbskull is well on ahead. There he goes around the Big U and down the Scrambler. It's a good run for him. Ooh, 22.7. Why do they sound like rally cars? Hey, it's a rally car race.
Richard, that really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But what does make sense is watching the instant replay. And there you see Champagne Pappy spill his champagne. Oh, and a flame has now been issued to Flip in his Jaguar I-Pace after a really nice drift. Nobody has hit the GTR logos on top of the train, so no extra points are awarded there. But Flip, he will get 2 extra points, and here he comes, drifting around the Big U. It's still a third place finish for him, so after adding 4 more points, Flip has 10, Crazy Canuck is also at 10, and Numbskull has 10 as well. Let's go to the final race before the halftime.
Well, it's a pretty decent competition so far, and again, this is just an exhibition race. We'll watch Champagne Pappy in lane 1. Hopefully he'll finish, as he's the one 7 points behind. I like what I see with Numbskull. He's first down the Joker lane, and that's a pretty decent drift by Flip as he's now over. He may have crossed the logo just then. Numbskull has the lead, and he continues to stretch that lead. And through the finish line, there goes Crazy Canuck, and there was Champagne Pappy in third. Fourth place will go to Flip.
Champagne Pappy was up there in lane 1, and he had trouble over the creek jump. And here you see him spin all the way around. Meanwhile, it was Crazy Canuck that caught the edge of the logo, and 2 extra points are added to his score. Now as they make their way down the runway, it's Flip that zigzags back and forth. He's out of control. Champagne Pappy takes advantage of that and is first to enter the Big U. He's got a lot of speed. He comes through in third. Another barrel roll by Flip. Now the scores as we approach the halftime put Numbskull in the lead after 3 first-place finishes. Right behind him is Flip and Crazy Canuck. Are you tracking?
All right, folks, well, it is halftime, and it is time to break the record. Well, they're going to give it a go. We're going to give each of these drivers 3 opportunities, and Numbskull is going to be the first. Now, they're going from lane 2. It's proven to be the fastest lane. This was his first attempt. The timer there on the upper right corner of the screen is not the official timer, but it is a good measuring point to see how they're doing. So he went through the tunnel in about 13 and a half seconds. Tell you what, I don't think that's quite as fast as he was before. It has been a year, so it could be that the secrets of the Numbskull are wearing off a little. This was his second attempt, and Numbskull comes through with a 23.6, but yet he is still 2 seconds off what he was doing before last year. So nothing in the records will change in the fantasy category. The next 3 drivers, though, they have production vehicles. This Jaguar I-Pace, driven by Flip, comes around the Big U, and we're already at 22 seconds, so clearly didn't quite throw it down as fast as he'd hoped to in the first run with a 24. The Jaguar I-Pace is, I was going to say, it's very consistent, and I guess it is if you want to go down on your hood even. So next we have the Silverado, driven by Crazy Canuck. And this is really actually a great choice. It's got that long body just like Numbskull's Caddy V16. Oh, he made it through the tunnel in less than 13 seconds. Now he's already on the runway. 21, and he still breaks 18 seconds down the end of the runway. Here we go. And ladies and gentlemen, can you believe it? You have just witnessed the 3rd fastest time from a production vehicle on Shavano Mountain Raceway. We'll get back to that in just a minute, because now it is Champagne Pappy and his Dodge Charger, and he is scooting along quite well. Look at him come around, 10, 11, 12 seconds through the tunnel. He just got caught up on the rail there, coming down onto the runway, but he's still well ahead, 17 and 18 seconds, and he's flipped on his side and will come through 22.559. You can really see the speed even with the mistakes. But now, just as we say that, this is his 3rd run, 3rd and final attempt, and that car, as fast as it is also mistake prone. And what we'll see here is that he's off the track and unable to make another run at the record. So Champagne Pappy will retain his record of 22.35, but replacing the 3rd place is Crazy Canuck with a 22.488.
You know, Richard, it just seems like Champagne Pappy gets faster and faster.
Oh yeah, we got to keep that Dodge Charger away from Billy, because he's liable to try and steal it, just like he did the last time Champagne Pappy showed up, as we get ready for race 5. And here we go, over the track, and look at the way Numbskull pulls on ahead, but he's off the track. And now we've got an overdrift by Flip. Oh, and Champagne Pappy is just flying through the rest of the course. Oh, he spins around. Unfortunately, he's lost enough momentum to not break the record. But here he comes through the finish line. Very nicely done. And Crazy Canuck comes through on his side for second place.
Well, race fans, here's a great example of being fast. But sometimes, if you're too fast, you'll just lose control right off of the track. Meanwhile, Champagne Pappy must have Nos hidden somewhere because he just fired away from everyone. Unfortunately, there you go, right out of the tunnel and onto the rail off the track. Another 360, no extra points for that. But it doesn't matter because Champagne Pappy takes the win. He's up to 10. Our leader is Crazy Canuck, who has 16.
You know, Aaron, I still can't get over the fact that Crazy Canuck in that Chevy Silverado that sounds like a rally car has the third fastest time. It's just fabulous in my mind. As race number 6 begins and Champagne Pappy does some aerobatics after the creek jump. That's a pretty good drift, but in the lead we've got Numbskull rolling by and taking the lead down runway 3. Oh wow, he got slowed up some. Quite a bit of shoving and pushing going on, and now they're making their way around the Big U with Numbskull in the lead, and he holds a nice straight line. First place for him. Crazy Canuck in second.
Race fans, keep your eyes on Champagne Pappy in lane 1. And he just decided to do 2 barrel rolls.
That's pretty
Barrel roll, barrel roll.
Aaron.
All right. Flip has a pretty decent drift, but he gets slowed up a little bit. Numbskull has the lead and Flip just misses the GTR logo. There you'll see where Numbskull has some problems. Fast drivers do tend to have problems coming down that ramp as they get on the top of the Spoolhead's turn. Everyone behaves themselves down the scrambler, and with 6 races in the books, Numbskull knows nothing but a DNF or 5 points. He leads with 20.
All right, fans, it's race 7, and I want to say something about Champagne Pappy's car. So the number 22 Dodge Charger, if you can believe this, if you can picture this, the front axle is twisted a little bit. He actually is driving on 3 wheels, which is great for drag racing, but notice him overdrift right there. Now, he does have somewhat of a recovery as he cartwheels around, but I believe on a rally track like this, it makes it more difficult. Oh, he's doing a great job there against Flip, who takes the lead now. So, race fans, we honestly don't know if Champagne Pappy is driving on 3 wheels by accident or deliberately.
Well, race fans, whether it was an accident or this was all part of the plan, Champagne Pappy is not being a slouch when it comes to the drift pad.
Well, he's coming into the drift pad at Mach 2. All I'm saying is that he would have a better drift if he just kind of slowed into it.
Well, Richard, slow is not in his vocabulary.
That's why he's having some control issues.
Okay, but if you're gonna be slow to have good control, then you're not gonna win.
Right, which is why the builders build and race here at Shavano Mountain to begin with. Look at those scores. Race fans, we have 1 race remaining, and really 3 of the 4 drivers. Sorry, Champagne, not this time, but 3 of the other 4 drivers could walk away with the win today. And we are now underway with the last race, and Numbskull's in the lead. Champagne Pappy just crashed out. Flip just flipped around. He is really living up to his name. Kind of a bouncy drift for both Numbskull and Crazy Canuck. Numbskull's got a sizable lead. Around the Big U he goes with Crazy Canuck in second. Here comes Numbskull. He's going to win the last race. There goes Crazy Canuck and Flip.
Race fans, you know Shavano Mountain can really sting. And here Champagne Pappy finds himself stuck right in the middle of the snow. And now Flip does like a front handspring. And he's over driving backwards. Maybe that's out of preference. Now here you see Numbskull pull on ahead. And with his speed, even after a rough drift, he's able to come through in first. Barrel roll, Crazy Canuck is doing the barrel roll. And here as we flash up the score, we watch Crazy Canuck do it again. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of our exhibition race and break the record is Numbskull. Also, congratulations to Crazy Canuck.
That's right, Crazy Canuck and his electric vehicle Silverado. But fans, we have bigger fish to fry, and you're looking at 50 Mitsubishi Evos. They will be racing down Shavano Mountain Raceway in the Ultimate Evo 2.0 Stage 2 coming up soon here.
Are you tracking?